I get told oftentimes, probably sucks starting a business right before a world pandemic hits. Or better yet, I get the classic sarcastic chuckle. I go something like, probably the best time to start a business, huh? Actually, yes. I actually do think it was probably the best time to start a business. So just got some coffee packaged up for the orders that came in over the long weekend. Gonna head to the post office, get those things shipped, and then head over to the office. I noticed that there was a ton of smoke just lingering out on the highway, over the city, and it's probably, for as far as I can remember, the worst smoke case that we've had so far. Like, there was this lingering smoky smell in the air, which wasn't very comfortable. So over the course of these past 6 months, it's been really interesting maneuvering the pandemic and the lockdown with my freelance video work, but also my coffee roasting company, which I just started about 9 months ago. It was right in the beginning of the year. There's been a lot of things that I've learned that I'm very glad that I would have learned right now. Like, if I started this coffee roasting company, especially maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we were a little bit more established, I feel like the effect of it from a much more established entity would be so much more difficult to maneuver than somebody who's just starting out, which I think was also a benefit to us, is because we were able to learn what it's like to go through this economic crisis, but also this pandemic situation, which I've never ever had to live through. It was very interesting to maneuver that as a small business owner running this coffee roasting company. Cafes are closed, so that means we can't be shipping samples to coffee shops and trying to sell there. And just the shift in the consumer market of buying things to online instead of retail, that has been just such an interesting dynamic to work with. So I'm not gonna ignore the fact that it did actually impact me as a person, but also me as a freelance videographer, photographer, and running the coffee roasting company. Like, I'm not gonna say that this was just a breeze that we went through. By no means. Our goals, our projections were skewed. What we thought we would pay off in terms of our startup costs have now been pushed back an entire 6 months. There's been a lot of learning, a lot of just figuring out new ways to do new things. It's been just a season of having to learn the things that maybe I never thought I'd end up learning. It's a benefit that it's just me and my brother, which we're both owners in this coffee roasting company. And I think one of the biggest things that I've learned is that you kind of have to be adaptable and be quick to respond to certain circumstances. Whether in my video business and work, whether that's in the coffee roasting company, in both of those, I've had to adapt to, canceled weddings. My 3 months of work has just been canceled, and now my projections of how much I was going to make just decreased by an insane amount. Or whether that's with the coffee stuff, like at one point we were thinking, hey, we're gonna get wholesale accounts, so we're gonna ship coffees out to cafes, offices, churches, whatever it would be. And then all of a sudden now your entire business model changes because nobody's going to those places. And now you have to be able to adapt this. What's the best way for me to approach direct to consumer? What's the best way for me to approach people living in their homes, and how do I market that? I think whether that's in my video freelance world or that's with this coffee company, I'm just learning how to adapt to things and kind of going with the flow, because I think the quicker that we adapt, the quicker that we help people and kind of keep people at the forefront of our minds, whether that's wedding couples, clients, whether that's the people who are buying my coffee. How can I better serve these people in this time of need? How do I solve their problems? Because if we can learn how to solve the problems and adapt to these problems and figure them out, I think it's just gonna come back to us in good, in business, in work, in opportunities. So that's kind of been my biggest takeaway of working as a small business owner through all this chaos that's been happening. But my hopes is, I really hope that we can get out of this as soon as possible. I'm pretty tired and exhausted over it. It's been like a really interesting season to maneuver, but I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot, and I'm excited about that. So, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this somehow encouraged you guys. Hopefully this benefited you somehow. I don't know, maybe it was entertaining just to see what small business owners are going through right now in this time. If you want to stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. The comment section below is an opportunity for us to chit chat and have a discussion. So share your thoughts down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching once again. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, y'all.